welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in South Australia in particular. And of course, we're speaking with the Woodville West Torrens SANFLW team. And of course, we've got three very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about the season so far up to this point. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thanks, Will, for having us. Pleasure to be here.
I'll get all three to introduce yourselves and tell us what position all three play on the field.
I can jump in first. So my name's Amy Blandon. I'm part of the leadership of Woodville West Torrens, and I play a combination of forward, and I'm Brooklyn's chop out ruck when she's not in ruck, who's also here today.
Yep. My name's Brooklyn. I play ruck majority of the time. I barely will play forward. So I'll play ruck, yeah.
I'm Charlotte, and I will mostly play in the back line. So yeah, I'm on half-back in that.
Tell us a bit about the season so far.
We are pretty much 2/3 of the way through the season. We've got 4 games left. It's been really interesting competition so far this year. A lot of rounds. Can't really guess who's going to take out the winning spot. Personally, at Eagles, probably not so far on the ladder board exactly where we want to be. We won 1 game. But I think as every week goes on, we've had more and more kind of stronger performances. For example, we played North twice, and first time around, they got us on the scoreboard by quite a lot, and then went down by less than a goal this weekend just passed. So definitely on the up and up. So hopefully we can get a few more wins in this last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree with Amy there. We're definitely close, and you never know who's going to win. So it's a very interesting season this year.
So now I got to see your team play against Central Districts at Central's a couple of weeks ago. And I thought you played really well through most of that game. I think it was probably a stretch, probably about 5 or 10 minutes in that game that actually cost you the game. Is this become a bit of a trend at the moment?
I think it's a trend in a way that I think for us as a club, coming from being a newer club, we didn't play the first few seasons. We have, I guess, struggled winning as a skill in itself. And I think sometimes when it comes to the kind of real crucial moments of that game where the other team really steps up, especially having a younger side, it's definitely something we've got to adapt to a bit better and a bit quicker. Because I think, with such tight games this season, if you even kind of drop your game for 5-10 minutes, it can be enough that across the whole extent of the game, it's enough for you to fall behind and ultimately end up losing.
What are you hoping to achieve in the next 4 games? Are you hoping to maybe derail a couple of the teams that are trying to fight for a final spot at the moment?
I'd say do well and win all 4.
At least I would like to win at least 2 more games. That would be nice. At least try and get us a little bit higher on the ladder at the end of the season, not just finishing kind of slightly to the bottom, more like 5th. We'll try there.
I think especially we've had, our last game was at home and our last 4 are at home as well. We're in our 4-season history to have a win at home. So I think that would be a really particularly special one for a lot of us as well. So, I think as the girls have said, some extra wins on the board, moving us up towards that sort of middle spot and just, continue the growth and learning and I guess cohesion between the group is what we want to see. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about your amazing coaches.
Yeah, they're great. They've all got great insights to what we're doing, and all the drills we're doing at training really laid back to how we want to play in our games. So it's working. We just need to do more of it in game than just at training. And hopefully those results aren't very far away because we definitely deserve them.
Yeah, our head coach, Rel Smith, who's got a background in AFLW. She was part of the mids coach for the Crows in all their success. She's brought a particular style that's definitely pretty ruthless but also very experienced and a pretty simple but clever way of playing. I think although we've taken a little bit to adjust to the new style of coaching with the new coach this year, I think it's really benefiting. We get a lot of comments that we're playing a lot better brand of footy this year. And the support staff she's brought with her, across all our line coaches have been really invaluable as well. We've got a lot of development to happen there. But yeah, I think between Rel and then the assistant coaches in the next few years, we're going to have a bunch of really, really strong coaches who can, could run their own side if they wanted to.
This week, you're at home to Norwood, which you almost beat in round 3 at their ground. Obviously, this time is at your ground. So how are you going to approach that game against Norwood? And I believe that is a 9:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning game?
Correct. Bright and early, so early start. We're going to probably be there about 7:30ish.
With the addition of the Crows making the AFLW final, we got pushed to an earlier slot, which, as I said, always bright and early is fun. But I think we're probably going to do our best to not really pay attention to the last time we played Norwood. It's especially with COVID this year, every time you face a team, it can be a vastly different side. So I think we're just going to focus on what we've been kind of building on every week and try and get the win this time around.
Yeah, you never know who's going to be playing because of the COVID health and safety protocol rules. So you could have you don't know how many players will be affected by those rules as well. So what Amy said, we could be playing a whole another side who we played earlier in round 3, because there would have been players out then and there will be players out now because of those rules.
And we might have some younger players out because the state side's being selected. So a few young players from both sides might be out, which might change up the teams a bit.
I know that you've had some combination of Queensland and WA players that's come across to the Eagles. How are they fitting to the team?
They're fitting really well and we all get along really well. All pretty tight group, which is really great. It's just slot riding, no issues, I think. So lots of banter in there.
I think we've got across all the interstate girls, we've also got John Hickey from Northern Territory. Between them all, we've got a combination of sort of like fresh youth who are kind of vying for their first chance at a AFLW spot, as well as girls who have already been through the AFLW system. And between them both, like the energy of the younger girls and then the experience of the older girls, it's just been really invaluable. Someone like Leah Kassler, who's also a development coach for the Crows AFLW side. So she kind of juggles both programs, but she's come on board as a defender and it's just, a great leader on field and off field, and it's been a great mentor to us, leadership as well. So, connections like that I think probably Rel's brought in has been, amazing asset to the team this year.
So let's talk a bit about all 3 your football journeys. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
Brooklyn.
Mine started in year 9 at high school. I just got asked to come along and try football one time. And I really enjoyed it, how you could just roam free and do pretty much everything. Whereas I used to be playing netball and I was stuck in a certain position and you'd stay that part of the court. You couldn't do anything much than that. So
for context for listeners, Brooklyn's over 6 foot tall, so that kind of gives you an idea of where she got stuck on a netball court.
Yeah, I was stuck in goal shooter in the ring, just standing there. It's not doing much, but football's a lot more freedom, I guess, and I like how you can just roam around pretty much. Do a little bit of everything.
I've grown up with soccer and surf life saving. And then I got to the age of under 13s and someone said to me, we're going to start a girls team at the club my brother was playing. It was the first year we did it under 15s team in the SANFLW juniors. And we're like, okay, let's do it. So I did soccer, football and surf life saving all for a couple of years. And then someone said, you're doing too much, you have to choose. So then I chose football and then it's led me to where I am today. And it's happy to be here.
As a slightly older player, I say the word slightly, I kind of missed being able to play junior footy all the way through like some of the younger girls have. So I played sort of just one-off school carnivals in high school and absolutely loved it, but it wasn't really a pathway. And at that point, I was doing both athletics and netball, juggling a couple sports like Dolzy was. But when I got to my early 20s and decided neither sport was really the one for me, I thought I'd try AFL, and just by chance, the Eagles had started their inaugural season. They were a couple of weeks through pre-season. Someone said I should go out and try, which I thought was ridiculous because I hadn't kicked a ball in about 8 years at that point. But yeah, I just thought I'd went out, give it a crack, and just absolutely loved it. I've kind of been pretty obsessed ever since, and been with the Eagles the full 4 years. So they're really kind of my experience of footy through and through. So yeah, it's been a great experience.
Amy, I think you just almost answered my next question I'm about to ask you, actually. So,
Sorry.
Now you are part of the leadership group there. You must tell us who your fellow leadership group members are, and how's that going for you? And is that one of the rewarding things that you've done in your football journey?
So our captain both last season and this season is Anastasia Falkenberg. She is another player who's been with the club since our inaugural season. She plays a bit of defence, bit of mid. She's just like very calm, very kind of inspiring leader, works really hard on the field. And then my other co-captain is Zana Anthony, who's once again been in the club since the inaugural year. Rugby background, fierce tackler, great defender. Together we've all pretty different personality types. I think we bounce off each other pretty well. The other girls might not think so, but it's been super rewarding. I think both in my football career, I guess, and my work career, the kind of leadership skills that the club has taught me, and just leading such a great bunch of girls has been by far the best. And especially this year with the addition of the development league alongside league has been a challenge in terms of the fact that we've just doubled the number of girls, but also doubly rewarding, because when you get out there and you see especially some of the younger girls win their first game together and such, it's just it's the best feeling. It's definitely one of the best parts of it, I think.
Brooklyn, now you actually just came across last season from South.
Yep.
Now, how has it been like going from South to the Eagles?
At first, I was really nervous, but the teams really welcome you in, and I bonded really quickly with the girls. That they were so nice.
So, Charlotte, you were part of the 18 state program last season as well. What did that mean to you to be part of the state program? And is that something you want to do going forward before you hit AFLW?
It was really special to make. I was in a lot of the state programs a few years before and stuff, and I never made it through because of my commitment issues to sport. Between surf life saving especially, that's always been a real big part of who I am and what I do. But no, I just committed to football a lot last year. I thought I'm going to have a real hard crack in it, and the results showed, and I got to where I was last year, and I got to play in that competition, which was really fun. I got to meet lots of other people from other clubs and build new friendships, I guess, which was really great as well.
Now, Charlotte, you play you play in three different positions: defender, forward, and wing. Which one of those three do you prefer the most, and do you have a dream position?
I prefer the back lines the most.
Really?
Yeah, I like to go one way, and I play quite defensive naturally, sweeper kind of role. So I like to be going direct one way and hanging around the back lines and saving some goals. A dream position, I don't know if I really have one. No, I'm happy playing in the back lines, yeah. I think it suits the way I play.
Now, Amy, Brooklyn, you play in a very similar position, the ruck. The similar question I just asked Charlotte. Do either of you have a preferred position on the field, and do you have a dream position?
I actually, at the moment I'm pretty much playing sort of 3/4 and forward, and then as I said, chopping out Brooklyn in the ruck. I actually quite like the balance because both positions, I guess, ask different things of me. probably a bit too small to be a full-time ruck. And I'm happy with that because I think, half forward's probably my most suited position. I like going for a run, going for a lead. I think it's been quite a blessing. Rookie coming back in this year, recovering from the injury she was talking about, because lets me play the positions I like, help her out every now and then when she needs a break. I think it works really well for us this year.
My preferred position would be ruck, but I'd like to go up forward for some time. That would be nice. I don't mind being up forward. I'd love to kick a goal, but I've never kicked a goal in Sanford so far. So if I get one, I'll be really excited.
Look out Norwood, this week's the week.
Yeah, this week maybe. I've just been stuck in ruck pretty much my whole football career so far because of my height, and I've just guessed that's the only place I can really play at the moment.
And because you play it really, really well.
Yeah, because you're good at it.
Well, at least you got 4 games to go to get a goal. So what does the sport of football mean to all three, especially playing at Woodville, West Torrens?
Personally for me, it's all about, I think, the relationships I've made and like the personal growth I've been allowed to have over the last 4 years. With Rel coming to our side this year, she made a comment, which I think rings really true, is that once you're part of the Woodville West Torrens family, you don't leave. And there's members in the club who testament to that, got like a really good family culture. And you can see it kind of, especially now when we've got the crossover of the women's and the men's seasons, where in one weekend you've got committee members and fans and everything who jump between all 3 of the games. The girls help the guys, vice versa. And it's something that we still really want to build more and more on going into the future years of the program. But it's just been such a welcoming place for me personally, especially coming in new to the sport. And I mean, although the cherry on top would be a higher position on the leaderboard, everything else it's can't fault. So it's meant a lot.
Footy to me is like a game. It's fun. It's enjoyable most of the time when we're winning, but it's still fun because you're out there running around with your friends, which makes it really fun. And it's like when you're out there with those people that you train with and you hang out with all the time during the week, like you spend a lot of hours together. So you kind of just work together through it and keep doing your thing because we're almost there and won't be long until we're right on top. So
I just love football. Just the team being in a team environment. I love playing alongside other teammates and achieving like your best. Like it would be really rewarding if we can get a win and eventually make our way to the top. It would just top off the whole season. Football, and I just love the feel at the club. It's very community feel and support. Everyone's got your back, really.
Do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of footy, as silly as that question may sound?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if the opportunity's there, why wouldn't you take it? If we can kill a few more seasons and make our way to the top, like that would be really the best thing you can do. You're at the highest level you can be in your sport, and that's what everyone wants to do, I guess, and just the dream.
I think this year with Port joining the AFLW competitions, there's a lot of young girls like Dolls who can have a crack at some extra spots in the AFLW, which I think is an awesome opportunity. Personally, probably for me, I think I'm hopefully injury-free prevailing. Next year I'll come up to my 50th game, which is something I'm really aiming to hit. And in the next few years, hopefully, winning a premiership with the club. So I think, the amount of work and it's gone into it from everyone, it would just be kind of such a special feeling. So no AFLW dreams, just Eagles dreams.
Happy where we are.
Yeah, mine's a bit like Dolzy's. If the opportunity's there, I would take it to go to the next level. But I'm happy at the level I'm at right now. It's the top level, probably. in the top level of football that I'll probably reach. And I'd just like to go further with the Eagles as well. It'd be nice. And us eventually climbing to the top would be good.
Yeah, ultimately we're playing at the highest level within our state, and it's our state level competition. And the next step is that AFL level. So for everyone that gets up there, it's pretty special thing.
I think also maybe both at a state level and AFLW level, just seeing the women's game grow and grow, see our program at the Eagles start to look more and more like the men's program, and just keep building that kind of cohesion and get it to the point where hopefully the future generation of girls can, make a career of this full time, and and be supported in their sport in the same way that the men's teams are afforded. So definitely, I guess, pushing for that at a more cultural level.
Let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this season, and what was it, knowing that your games are all live streamed?
I don't know. Sophie's all did run the wrong way on the weekend for a minute.
Yes, she did.
Which is, as one of our more senior players, is always a fun moment.
I think she's done it a couple of times this season, to be honest.
Yeah.
At the start of that quarter as well, we were talking about it. We're like, don't run the opposite way.
Oh, no.
I don't know. We've had a few good Falcons. There's always some good Falcons. I almost rolled my ankle on a goal umpire's foot the other week.
Oh my gosh, the guy with the flag, the umpire.
Oh, who did he hit?
He hit another umpire, but it was still kind of funny.
That's right, yeah. So the goal umpire signalled a goal, and the boundary umpire ran past and got cleaned up by one of the flags. Not a player moment, but still pretty good.
We'll have to find the clip for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please do, because I want to see that. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Who's the comedian, the best singer, and into the TikToks?
Oh, Dolzy, TikTok, go.
Oh, stop it.
Just for everyone at home, famous. Charlotte Dolan is TikTok famous.
I'm not TikTok famous. I wish I was. I'm not TikTok famous. I'm not. That's not me.
Okay. Sure about that?
No.
But I guess a lot of TikTok dancers do come out at training thanks to Dolls. Comedians, we've got a lot. Renee Forth, maybe. It's probably up there. Steph Walker, ex-GWS. She loves a sing-along. We recently were tasked with picking a team song to sing along with at the start of at games, and Steph Walker took that very seriously and proceeded to sing every single song on the playlist just to make sure it was right. Comedy, girls. Who else are the class clowns?
Arkansas, Arkansas is pretty great. She's sneaky funny. She just doesn't know when, she's sneakily funny, I reckon. She's a bit of a comedian in her. I think
even Rel Smith herself in her pre-game PowerPoint presentations enjoys a good GIF, animation, PowerPoint, transition, using infograph. She takes it very, very seriously. It's usually quite funny.
So do either of you have a pre-game superstitional ritual?
I used to, but not so much anymore. I used to always have to brush my teeth right before a game, always, but I don't do it anymore as much. As much is the key word there.
That's a common one. I think there's a few girls in the team who always seem to be brushing their teeth before trainings and games. Pre-game.
Oh,
Brooke, you do something.
I like to, when I get to the grounds, I always like to have a banana. I feel like that's just a pre-game.
Oh my God, you do.
Yeah.
Every
just give
time.
me a little burst of energy before I start, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, nothing hugely interesting, but I'm very set in my ways. I have my headphones in. I have to listen to very chill music before we get into the pump up music. I have to have my own headphones. Nutella sandwich, where the Nutella is about twice ratio to the amount of bread. Right ankle gets strapped, and then we're good to go. It's got to be in that order. Chill music, Nutella sandwich, strapped on the field.
I might have to try some of your Nutella sandwich by the sounds of that.
I don't know if it does anything, but it's delicious. So
yeah, I was going to say that's what I was talking about. So we'll finish up with these last two, which is what have all three learnt from each other?
Well, I haven't learnt how to grow or get jump yet from these two, but I'm sure I'll get there soon. Got one hit out for the season, not too bad.
I think personally I've learnt from Dolzy. My dad's my keen supporter at home, and Dolzy is my dad's favourite player. So in general, I'm just trying to play more like Dolzy every single week. Specifically her tackling. It's not fun to be on the end of one of her tackles, and I would definitely love to bring more of that to my game. And then Brookie, playing ruck same as I am. You know, I'm always following her up on game day, so I've got to try and get as many hit outs as she does in 3 quarters in one. So just the way, we play ruck differently, but she is much more, physical around the ball. And that's definitely something I need to work on in the right position. So always looking to her for tips.
I could learn leadership from Amy. Amy's a great leader.
Bless.
And Dolzy's tackles are just very strong. I would love to learn some tackling from Dolzy. Very good.
So Charlotte, did you know that you had a favourite, supporter of you?
Amy, I think Amy's told me once before. She said it to me, that her dad likes the way I play. It's kind of just go hard or go home.
As an old boy who grew up watching footy in the 80s, I think he just likes violence, and
I'm not that violent, I swear.
No, just violent intent. It's great. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You do it within the rules. It's just it's exactly what you want out of defender. You defend old school, and we love it. One
last one before I let all you go. Especially, I can see it's almost getting dark where Brooklyn is at the moment. Which is what would be your advice to people that should get involved in footy, and especially coming down to support the team throughout the season?
Oh, if you're keen on starting footy, just get out there, find a local club, ask questions, and go for it. There's nothing to be afraid of. Lots of teams have got reserve teams going now, as well as A-grade teams, and it doesn't matter what age you are. There's lots of age groups now for younger girls as well. And definitely come out and support us, because we love support.
I think for anyone who wants to come out and play footy, whoever you are, whatever your ability, the one thing I've found with footy that's different to the other sports I've played is just how inclusive the sport is. No one cares where you're from, how old you are, what you do day to day, who you like, doesn't matter. Just, as long as you're out there and you've got a good attitude, that's all anyone cares about. So, you'll always be welcome. So, if footy is something you're interested in, I definitely, as Dolzy said, find a local club and you'll always be welcome. And, the women's comp at the SANFLW is just heading up and up, and the skill level is just, growing like crazy. So, if you're out, make a day of it, come watch the men, come watch the women at Eagles. It's always a good day. It's always lots on, lots of entertainment, good for kids, good for everyone. So, definitely come out and yell loud.
There's not much to add.
Well, all three, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having all three on the show. Best of luck to the team for the remainder of this year. Of course, 4 rounds to go, and let's hope you can put to Spain the works in the 4 teams that you've got coming up, especially in their finals chances that they have left. Let's hope you can get the 4 wins to finish off the season. And I'll be coming over to Adelaide, hopefully before the season ends. If not, I hope I'll get to see you next season and hopefully get to see the Eagles flying high in 2023.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for having us.
And thanks, Smash FM, for the support you give the Eagles. It's really appreciated and lets us do what we do.
Not a problem. And of course, if you want to get down there, of course, they've got a home game this weekend, this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Adelaide time. Of course, they take on Norwood at home. We'll put all the details up on how you can get involved and support the team. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.